Oh my gosh, you guys, I have huge news coming to you straight from Colville, Hoytsville area. This is East Summit County. Major expansion happening. I'm lucky enough that I kind of like knew this was coming. I've known about it for a few years, but when things are getting planned out, you guys, they just take so dang long to come to fruition. And when I did my Beaufontaine video with Cami, who has worked for Ivory Homes for 21 years, she's so awesome. She kept me in the loop of actually what's happening out here and basically gave me like a little heads up that this is going to kind of be similar to Daybreak down in, I want to say, South Jordan. Am I right, Daybreakers? Um, I I mainly stick to the Wasatch back. I don't really dabble in the Wasatch Front, so forgive me if I got where Daybreak was wrong. I am a Wasatch Back Park City girl. Okay, so you guys, this is insane news. Are you ready for this? Okay. So basically, what's happening, Heber used to be like this small town, right? And now it's just exploded with growth, like absolutely insane growth, right? Still growing faster than Park City. And now people are starting to kind of go out to Camas Valley and to kind of the Colville area, the Hoytsville area. So this is kind of like the new area. Like it's going to take a while for this area to happen, to be what Heber is, right? It takes a long time for these areas to become it. But it's like if you get in early and you hang around for a while, now all of a sudden it's like, right? The people that have been in Park City for 30 years are like, yeah, I stayed here for 30 years and I sold my house for a lot of money in 2020, right? And they just kind of like went to Camas, right? Then Camas is going to explode. Then Colville's going to explode. So let's jump right in. Public hearing, major population growth on the horizon for Summit County with a Hoytsville rezoning proposal. So this also has to do with the Larry H. Miller Group. And Ivory Homes is one of the builders out there. There's going to be a bunch of builders going in on this. So, Summit County, Utah, the Cedar Crest Village Overlay Project, headed by Larry H. Miller Real Estate, seeks to change the zoning limits in Hoytsville that would permit 66 66,688 units to be built, according to World Population Review. Utah has the largest average household size in the country of 3.09 people per household. Based on the proposed zoning change, this means that over 20,600 people could end up living in Eastern Summit County if all that land that is proposed in the rezone is approved and gets developed. That's 20,600 more people we're adding to Colville. We're adding on along 224 to get to the resorts. I mean, it's pretty mind blowing. The developer points out that detailed development plans will redefine the total unit count, leading to fewer than 6,688 units being built under a development agreement tailored to the land, even though the requested ordinance change would permit 4 units per acre or 6,688 total units. So I want to read that again. Would permit 4 units per acre, right? So that's 4 houses on an acre or 4, condos, townhomes on an acre. That's kind of a lot. That's very high density. Um, the other thing is that, Colville, you're actually really, really close to Ogden area. So if you lived in Colville, you could actually be a little bit closer to go to Snow Basin or to even Pow Mau than Park City if you wanted to. But I also think that Colville is a little bit easier of a drive than US 40 getting into Park City. So, but it's just going to make Park City's grocery stores more crowded. So the things that they need out in Colville are grocery stores, are hair salons, are more gyms, are more restaurants, are more small businesses. The town needs to grow a little bit. And I'm not sure if the locals want it to grow or not. I'm sure some people would love to see new things out there, but I don't know if they want 20,600 people. I'm not sure. It kind of depends, Park City is Park City is kind of like its own thing, and then you got Heber, and then you got Colville, and they don't always love Park City people and what they do in Park City. So just heads up. So there's an estimate here are estimated population numbers from the 2022 United States Census Bureau. So Park City is 8,374 people. Colville has 1,524 people right now. So just imagine 20,000 more people there. Camas has 2,185. Francis has 1,722, and Oakley has 1,599. Camas, Francis, and Oakley are very, very near and close to each other. So, based on these numbers, the proposed Cedar Crest community could eventually become 2.5 times the population of Park City. Woo! This project is currently in the planning stages with the public meeting scheduled throughout the year to discuss this application. The Planning Commission meeting tonight is a public hearing to learn and voice thoughts on this project. To submit written comments, please email, I have no idea how to say your name, sir, prior to the meeting. Q&As on the project can be found here. So let's go check it out, my friends. All right, so here's a couple questions about the Cedar Crest Village. How will the project maintain the small town feel? So Hoytsville could be described as a one-street farming settlement in recent decades. Small road spurs have extended into the landscapes as housing has replaced pasture land. A network of street connections that build off the spurs will begin to organize the growth pattern into blocks that reflect the orderliness of Utah's original settlements and small rural towns such as neighboring Colville. So yes, Colville's kind of like a one-butt town, a little tiny road, lots of farmland, lots of pastures, lots of open space. So this would definitely change it. The approach to rural town design integrates open fields of alfalfa or the smell of cattle or mink in the area. While learning from incorporating the site planning and architecture of the original pioneer buildings, architectural uses can continue to operate until such time as landowners decide that they want to sell or develop their properties. The edges of neighborhoods are loose and are clustered towards the center so that the character of existing streets does not change. The open space is laced throughout the plan so that previously private meadowlands can be enjoyed by the community as parks, trails, and provide other forms of access and recreation. What is the timing of this project? This project will be phased in a way that shall not exceed the capacities of sewer, water, and transportation infrastructure. One scenario is the development illustrated in a presentation given to the Planning Commission on December 2022. If you would like to see that presentation, if you're very interested on this, you could I'll drop the links down in the description link down below so you guys can really read through this yourself if you want to. What is the maximum number of potential houses based on the current zoning? The current zoning is a mix of light industrial, agricultural 5 and agricultural 10. The number of units that could be built in the area would be 334 units with potential of 359 with the density bonuses calculated under Appendix B of the Eastern Summit County Development. If developed under the current zoning, these homes would be sprawling large developments at very high prices. Very different from the planning outcomes desired by the original property owners that created the Cedar Crest Village in 2008. So I think the real problem is that yes, we need more development. Yes, we need more houses for people to live, but we need more affordable houses. And which makes me wonder, are these going to be $1 million, right? They're going to be listed for $1 million. The ordinance contemplates 4 units per gross square acre. So what is the maximum number of potential houses based on the proposed density? 4 units per square acre. Would result in 6,688 units. So that's going to be 6,000. That's a lot. And that does not account for any natural land constraints or marked conditions. Specific development plans will further refine the total number of units. Okay. How will the proposed density compare to nearby municipalities, right? And then we kind of went over this overview in the article there. Have discussions be held with other entities, North Summit School District, the Utah Department of Transportation, North Summit Fire District. So this gets really, really into it, you guys. Is there a cap on density until the interchange is completed? What is the impact on other communities and how will it be mitigated? With change, there are always impacts to other nearby communities that bring both benefits and challenges. Very true. The project access is generally through Wanship and Colville, and traffic will flow through each of those communities until the interchange is completed. Mitigating measures are spelled out in the traffic impact report, including expanding turning lanes and adding a signal at Colville Main Street when the volume reaches almost 900 units. As the county has designated this as an area where growth should occur, the project allows other areas of the county to be preserved. There are economic benefits to Colville. This that is currently studying how to revitalize Main Street as more homes are added, leading to more employment opportunities, nearby services, retails, and other things to support the community. How much attainable affordable housing is proposed, and at what price points, and how will it be kept attainable and affordable for the long term? How will it be kept for the community residents rather than bringing in people from other communities, right? The second home owners, people from Salt Lake. So, affordable housing requires a multifaceted approach and public private cooperation and partnerships. While inclusionary zoning has been prohibited by the state, the team of Ivory Homes and Larry H. Miller Real Estate continue to discuss options with county staff, Habitat for Humanity, and Mountain Lands Community Trust. So, if you don't know this, Habitat for Humanity, Mountain Lands Community Trust, those are all deeded properties. So the problem is that when you're buying a deeded property, you're buying into a property that can't it caps every year when it appreciates. It can't go higher than 1%, 2%, 3%, whatever the cap is. So it kind of restricts you as a person. Like, what if you start making more money down the line? What if you want to make more money down the line? You sort of get, the one thing for me with deeded housing is that, yes, it's great to have affordable housing, but at the same time, too, it doesn't give you as a human being anywhere to grow because you build wealth through real estate. And if you're buying a home that never appreciates, that doesn't really help you in building wealth through real estate. So I doubt that these are going to be like 6, 5, 6, 7, or 8. Like the stuff that got listed in Camas, the Stewart Farms, like all this stuff is $1 million. Heber, it's $1 million. So I can only imagine what this is going to cost if it doesn't come to fruition for 5 or 6 years. So, how will natural resources such as water be protected? How will wildlife and wildlife corridors be protected? How will trespassing be? I mean, it goes on and on, guys. How will the existing deed restricted land impact? So, this whole questionnaire, if you want to know more about this, I will drop all the links down in the description down below of what we just went over. And it's pretty cool. It's going to be interesting. Colville's going to kind of be eventually, Colville and Camas are going to kind of be coming up to be the next Hebers. It's just going to take a while. It really takes a while. Development takes a while for for a community to kind of become what Park City's become, for a community to become what Heber's become. It takes a long time. Like it takes like 30 years for these communities to become what they are. So as long as you're in it for the long haul, like you're good. Hey, what's up? My name is Nicole Bowdle. I'm a local Park City resident. I've lived in the Park City area, well, Park City, for 37 years. I'm also a Park City real estate agent. If you are thinking about buying or selling property in the Wasatch back here, specifically Park City or the surrounding areas such as Heber Valley, please feel free to contact me. My information is always dropped down in the description link down below.